Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban in the spotlight again, this time for talking about prejudice. He made comments on camera to a business magazine about bigotry, and now he is apologizing for some of what he said. Fox 4's Melissa Cutler is in our data center tonight with Mark Cuban's comments. Melissa.
Well, Heather, you know, the comments that got everybody talking was about perceptions, stereotypes, and first impressions, specifically how people dress in public and how that impacts style of dress and people's perceptions. The mention of race and being prejudiced, though, is what is stirring some people up.
It's not necessarily easy for everybody to adapt or evolve. I mean, we're all prejudiced in one way or the other. If I see a black kid in a hoodie and it's late at night, I'm walking to the other side of the street. And if on that side of the street there's a guy that has tattoos all over his face, white guy, bald head, tattoos everywhere, I'm walking back to the other side of the street. And the list goes on of stereotypes that we all live up to and are fearful of.
Now, for a lot of people, the hoodie comment brings to mind Trayvon Martin, the unarmed black teenager killed by neighborhood watchman George Zimmerman, who was later cleared of criminal charges. And that's the part of Cuban's comment that blew up on Twitter and led to Cuban's apology this afternoon. In hindsight, he says that he should have used maybe a different example, that he didn't consider the Trayvon Martin family, and he apologized to them for that. Beyond that, though, Cuban said that he stands by the words and the substance of the interview. This is what he said in that interview about recognizing personal prejudice.
I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I live in a glass house, and it's not appropriate for me to throw stones. And so when I run into bigotry in organizations I control, I try to find solutions. I'll work with people. I'll send them to training. I'll send them to sensitivity training. I'll try to give them a chance to improve themselves.
All of this comes at a sensitive time for the NBA, which is trying to force Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling to sell his team after making racist remarks in a recorded conversation. Cuban has criticized Sterling's comments, but also said forcing him out as a team owner is a slippery slope. Now, we posted this story on our Facebook page, and a lot of people have commented. You could see many of them were in favor of Cuban and his position, saying, I understand what he was saying. He didn't say anything racist in my book. He would not put Carol Lee Caveness said she would not put herself in that position, but she too would be scared on both sides of the street, apparently. And great interview in many people's comments and thoughts on this. As you can imagine, Heather, you know, this is going to be somewhat of an explosive story for some time because of the nature of, you know, Donald Sterling and Trayvon Martin, and it is a very politically charged comment that Mark Cuban has put himself square in the middle of.
But Melissa, what's interesting too is Mark Cuban certainly not afraid to address it and talk about it. It's been kind of interesting to watch him on Twitter go back and forth with people some who agree, some who don't, and he answers everybody. So it's a conversation to be had. Melissa, thank you.